Hey guys, Mr. Brading here to give a very quick lecture on what work is. A lot of you think work is something you do to get paid, um, and so this is the scientific definition of work. Work is just pretty much pushing an object over a certain distance. Um, and so you can see here's the very technical way of saying what work is: the product of displacement, the force in a direction of the displacement. Um, the energy transferred to an object. Now that last part there is actually fairly important because you have to remember work is energy and energy is work. Energy is the ability to do work on an object. Okay? Um, and whenever we measure work, it is always measured in joules. Okay? The reason why we measure it in joules is because work is, again, a type of energy. Okay? And energy transforms. We see this all the time in the world. Energy can go from being a mechanical energy, meaning it's going up this roller coaster, and then it starts to go down, and a lot of that energy actually transforms into what we call thermal energy. A lot of you know that as friction. It makes the tracks a little bit hotter, so it warms up the track, and that's where some of the energy goes. And so we have to understand that the energy is always transforming from one type to another, and the only way to keep track of it is to use a single unit, which again is the joule. So overall, this is all actually fairly simple stuff. Whenever it goes over a sample problem, I'm going to just quickly describe to you guys how to do this again. Whenever you are trying to solve, the first thing you need to do is figure out what are you solving for. Okay. Once you have figured out what you're solving for, then you need to find the equation. Now they give you the equation pretty much, which you're going to use to solve for. Now we know a lot of different equations like F equals ma. We know the acceleration equation given the velocity and the time. We know the velocity equation. We are going to eventually know the power equation as well, and knowing which equation to use is very important. So if you are trying to say, okay, so if you say, okay, well, we're trying to solve for work, you look to the left of the equal sign. Okay, so we use the one with the work to the left of the equal sign. Okay, so W equals work equals. Then everything to the right of the equal sign, we want to write those down as well. F equals and D equals. So we need to find the force. So we read the problem, blah, blah, blah. We find the force is equal to 300. So we fill that in. F equals 300, just like they did over here. Then we fill in the distance. Oh, hey, it's 2 meters. Whenever we read up here, it says it's 2 meters. So our distance is 2, the force is 300, work is the force times the distance. So if we get force times distance, we get 300 times 2. So all we have to do now is work equals 600. All we have to do is put a little j after that. Okay, 600 joules. So this is very similar to the way that we solved an F equals ma, our other equations. You just have to follow that process. And again, these are probably the most simple questions you're going to come across. That's pretty much it for this lecture. I just wanted to show you the work is force times distance. Other than that, write down any questions you have, and I'll see you guys next time.